Welcome to Bible Study. Today we're going to be going over the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, and what exactly that means. We're in Matthew 26. So Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he just gets done eating his last meal with his disciples, and he says, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Going a little further, he fell with his face on the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but your will." Then, returning to his disciples, he found them sleeping. He said, "Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour? He asked, "Peter, watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." Stop! He went a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it's possible, take this cup from me, to be taken away unless I drink it. May your will be done." Now there seems to be some confusion over what that verse means. So allow me to ask you, what does it mean when Jesus said the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak? Now, when he talked to Peter about temptation, what temptation was he talking about? Now, assuming that our goal is authenticity to the text, the intent of the author and the intent of the characters when they stated their lines, we can infer that Jesus was really upset and worried about his impending doom being handed over to the church officials and then to the governing force. So he's in a garden sweating either literal blood or figurative to the amount of blood, worried about the fact that he's about to die. So we can infer that what is referred to as temptation has to do with something having to do with everyone maybe getting killed. And when he says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, well, I doubt he's talking about porn addiction. Does this mean that I'm supporting porn addiction? No, it doesn't. Does this mean that I think it's important to render despite the importance of addiction and sex and the obsession and the, despite that, we can clearly infer through the text, through a theological lens, through a literature lens, through a psychology lens, that the interpretation of the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. It's just not about that. Not everything has to be about that. So next time you're in your Bible study or your pastor, whatever, just hit them with the Bible symbolically, because there ain't no reason for that. Jesus, a man in his 30s, was about to die and was scared for his life. Not everything has to do with porn addiction, with your porn addiction or sex, or not everything's about that. So let's have some respect for what we're doing here. So now, since we know what it doesn't mean, we can know what it means. And what it means is that he was scared. At that point, we can infer that he was probably not worried about, probably not thinking about that. Probably not, it's not what that's about. So, all right, well, this has been today's Bible study. Hope you enjoyed. Hope that helps.
I serve a risen Savior, he's in the world today. I know that he is living, whatever men may say. I see his hand of mercy, I hear his voice of cheer. And just the time I need him, he's always near. He lives, Christ Jesus lives today. He walks with me and talks with me along life's narrow way. He lives, salvation to impart. You ask me how.